1 in the opposite figure. ABCDEF is a regular hexagon. X, Y, M, then arc midpoints of N respectively. Then there result an axis in the direction A, B, C, D to a force axis in the xy plane, and equation of its line of action is y plus 4x equals 5. If A1, 5, B2, 1, 2 points in the plane, then A equals megabytes, BMA megabytes. 3 in the opposite figure. The body of weight W kilograms. WD placed on a rough plane inclines by an angle of measure 60 degrees to the horizontal. The perpendicular force on the plane of magnitude to W kilograms. W acts on the body to make the body about to slide. Then the coefficient of static friction between the body and the plane equals 60 degrees. AV, BVs, CVs, DVs. For a horizontal force of magnitude 50 Newton acts on a body placed on a rough horizontal plane. If the weight of the body is 75 Newton, then the coefficient of kinetic friction may be 8 B C D 5. A force of magnitude V force unit acts in the coordinate plane and equation of its line of action is then the norm of moment force about the origin point equals moment unit. A24 B26 C24 V dV plus 3. 6. The opposite figure shows a uniform wooden board of length 8 meters, whose mass is 20 kilograms for each meter of its length. If it rests horizontally onto supports A, B and carries a box of mass 200 kilograms, then R1, R2 equals kilograms. WDA 205 B 150 C 50 D 360. 7. In the opposite figure, M is a circle of radius length 10 centimeters. Is a chord in it. Is a tangent at C where AB equals 16 centimeters. 2 forces of magnitude 20 Newton as shown in the figure and formed a couple. Then the norm of its moment equals Newton. Centimeters A 200 B 40 C 120 D 80. 8. The forces circumflex accent, circumflex accent, circumflex accent, circumflex accent, circumflex accent, circumflex accent. Tact at the point A1, then B0, 1, C2, 3 respectively, and the system formed coupled its moment equals -10 circumflex accent. Then M plus N equals A6 B10 C8 D12. 9. In the opposite figure is a uniform rod of length 100 centimeters and of weight 35 kilograms. WD rests from its end on a rough horizontal ground and from point D on a smooth metallic semi-sphere. If the rod is about to slide, then the magnitude of reaction of the semi-sphere on the rod equals ... kilograms. WD AV B25 C35 DV 10. In the opposite figure is a uniform rod of length 90 centimeters and its weight is 10 kilograms. WD fixed from its end at a hinge. The rod is pulled by 2 inelastic strings from point D where CD equals 15 centimeters. If the rod became in equilibrium position when it inclines with the horizontal biangle of measure 60 degrees, then the magnitude of the tension T equals ... kilograms. WT. A 2.5 B5 C5.5 D6. 11. Two forces circumflex accent, circumflex accent, circumflex accent, circumflex accent. Tact at the 2 points A0, 3B2, 0 respectively. Then the equation of the line of their resultant is A 4x plus 5y equals 30 B 16x 20y equals 39 C 16x plus 20y equals 39 D 4x 20y equals 9. 12. In the opposite figure is a uniform rod of weight 10 kilograms. WD if coefficient of static friction between the rod and the ground is, then the magnitude of the least horizontal force F acts at B to prevent the rod from sliding is ... kilograms. WD A5 B3 C4 D6. 13. In the opposite figure is a rod of negligible weight. If the rod equilibrate under action of the forces shown in the figure, then sin equals A B C D. 14. In the opposite figure, acts at point and point of intersection of medians of triangle KOD where VN, then the norm of the moment of the force about the origin point equals 10 delta A 15 VB 20 VC 9 V D 16 V 15 in the opposite figure. AB equals 6 centimeters. BC equals 8 centimeters. CD equals 10 centimeters. D. Then are midpoints of masses of magnitudes 5, 10, 15 gram places on A, E, N respectively. Then the center of gravity of the system with respect to the point C is A, B, C, D. 16 in the opposite figure. A fine lamina of uniform thickness and density in the form of rectangle ABCD whose dimensions are 9 centimeters, 6 centimeters. The square is cut off from one of its corners as shown in the figure. If the center of gravity of the remainder part is G3.9, 3.3. If the lamina is freely suspended from point H where CH equals 0.6 centimeters, then the measure of the angle of inclination of to the vertical in the equilibrium position equals A 30 degrees, B 40 degrees, C 36 degrees, D 45 degrees. 17. A man cannot push the container contains 13 boxes. The weight of each is 8 kilograms. WD on a rough horizontal plane. The coefficient of static friction between the plane and the container equals. If the man pushes the container by a horizontal force of magnitude 20 kilograms. WT and the weight of the container equals the weight of one box, then the number of boxes must remove from the container to be about to move equals A for B9 C8 D3. 18 in the opposite figure. ABCD is a fine lamina of a uniform thickness and density in the form of parallelogram is freely suspended from point. If it equilibrates when in horizontal position, then XD equals centimeters A 12 B2 VC 6 V D6. 19 in the opposite figure. Forces of magnitude 8, 14, 12 to Newton act in directions respectively, where if the system equivalent a couple. Find norm of the moment couple. 20 in the opposite figure. Forces act as shown in the figure. find the magnitude and the direction of their resultant.